Hello, ladies and gentlemen all over the internet. How are you guys doing? I saw you guys popping off in chat. We've got another Kurt Benkert Show powered by EA Sports. Shout out to everybody that got here early. We wanted to start a little bit early tonight. We want to get our sleep tonight. Want to make sure we're not up all night talking ball, but we do have a lot of ball to talk about. Crazy week in the NFL, crazy week in college. You guys also going crazy in chat. Appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys for being here. I want to give a shout out to producer Roddy for making this come to life once again. Episode 5 of the Kurt Benkert Show. Shout out to Chase with all the graphics, everything on the back end. And always shout out to our guy Hot Rod, who will be editing these clips and making these go crazy once they hit social media outside of being live. Thank you guys so much for being here. Before we get started though, I just want to ask you guys, how's your week going? It is Tuesday. It is 6:30 where I'm at Central. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. I'm not going to lie to you guys. My week so far has been pretty good. Besides getting absolutely shellacked in all my pick'ems this week, I got a little too confident the first 2 weeks and then, had to come back down to reality. But I will also say, I have a lot of boxes that just came to the warehouse today. We are getting into retail with the Dime Lab for the first time ever. We are shipping out our footballs to be in stores across the United States. We will have a full announcement of which stores you will be able to find them in first. But yes. Do we need to go grab a box? Let's go grab a block. I'm pretty proud of this, guys. Let me go grab a box real quick. I'll be right back. Well, considering our team is always in their bag, I can't find any pre-packed boxes because they already shipped them out today. Those of you that have been rocking with the Dime Lab know that we ship pretty fast, but I will show you our cool new box. Our cool little retail box at the ball fits in with a little insert. And put a 1 in chat if you guys want me to leak the unreleased football that will be dropping October 3rd. Just a 1 in chat. Just a quick little 1 in chat. Up. Have you guys ever considered throwing around an orange ball? Maybe the lighting? This thing is even better. Like in real life, I know camera, the lighting is going to be a little bit crazy. Guys, it'll go right in here with a little insert. You'll be able to see it in stores. Just like so. And buy it. Oh. Here we go. I grabbed a box that was messed up, but you'll be able to buy this little bad boy at your favorite sporting goods stores all across America really soon. But that's some exciting stuff in my world, and I cannot wait to talk some ball with you guys tonight. We have so much to talk about. We have crazy upsets. First time in 50 years that 7+ teams have scored touchdowns to take the lead or scored points at all at the last, 4 minutes of the game for the first time in 50 years, something like that. But man, it's been crazy. You guys are going crazy. Thank you guys so much for being here in chat. Also, we do have drops on. Shout out to EA for always making sure that we have, won't say always, don't want to talk indefinites, but EA looking out for the drops. You guys can watch. I think it's every 15 minutes you get a drop or something like that. I know that was last week's promo, but this week we do have drops. Also, for those of you that have been rocking with us also at the Dime Lab, I know that we can use this time to catch up. I saw prices. We actually have site-wide dropped all of our prices to try to accommodate as many people as possible. We also, early company, early whatever, like supply chain things, we have dropped our prices across the board. Our footballs are now $50. When we first launched this company on day one, we did not have the supply chain that we have now. We did not have any of the things we had now. We launched the ball at $70. then dropped it down to 60 once we could afford to do that. Now we've just recently dropped it to 40. So to 50. We do have other stuff for 40, other discounts and stuff, but $50 is the price of our footballs. $30 is the price of the water football. And then the little mini water football is $20. But yes, a pretty proud moment to be able to have enough moving, enough logistics, enough like supply chain management to be able to drop our prices to $50. I will still sign them if you buy them from our website. We have a bunch of footballs running out of Dime Live HQ every single day. Shout out to Tommy running the show. Shout out to Knox. Shout out to Ryder. Everybody making it happen. Shout out to my business partner, Matt, by the way. Love that stuff. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on in my world in the Dime Lab. But we also have a lot of football to talk about, gang. We have a lot of football to talk about. I will also say, I got a little note here from producer Roddy. College football enjoyers, someone saying take the over in the Ole Miss LSU game. Lane Kiffin's daughter launched a relationship with LSU's starting linebacker. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. And Lane Kiffin responded with take the over. That is funny. Oh my gosh, that's funny. See, that's one of my favorite parts about Roddy. Producer Roddy, shout out. He keeps me up to date with all of the what's happening and what's popping. We're gonna patent that popping on social media. He keeps me in check. But let's get to the rundown, guys. We've got a lot of ball to talk about. Thank you guys so much for being here. But we've got to talk about a team that is in trouble because presumably at the beginning of the season, I thought the Ravens were a lock to be a Super Bowl contender. And even though they've got a lot of time to figure it out, all of a sudden they find themselves at 1-2 after blowing a lead to the Lions. They were up, by the way, in the third quarter and seemingly had a handle in the game. They blew the lead against the Bills, like terribly blew it. And now they're sitting at 1-2. And what's popping? I see you guys in chat. They're heading into Arrowhead to play against Mahomes and the Chiefs, who are finally getting their footing. And everybody knows how hard it is to play at Arrowhead. And one of these two teams is going to come out 1-3. And I will say, if the Ravens come out 1-3 out of that seat's going to be real hot for Harbaugh. I will say if the Chiefs come out 1-3, I think they're going to get some slack. Andy Reid, one of the best to ever do it. But this game, in my opinion, most important game of the year for both teams at this point, because starting 1-3 in this landscape of the NFL is tough. Absolutely tough. And right now, Lamar Jackson cannot do it by himself. We watched the game. Yes, there was like 7 sacks. I will tell you too, there were a lot of sacks in that game. Some of them could he have done something about, but I don't know what I would have done. I went back and watched the film. There was not many people open, and a lot of his passes that he was making came from scrambling, stepping up in the pocket, evading pressure, and finding somebody that got dropped late, because the Lions defense was kind of strapping, dude. Was kind of strapping. Ooh, wait a second. Please hold. Please hold. I'm seeing that we might have some drop issues because we're on Just Chatting. We will go right now. We will change Just Chatting. And we need to pop into Madden NFL 26. Bam. Update done now. I definitely want you guys to maybe refresh the stream. Maybe that'll work. We're still figuring it out here. It's early in the season. We're getting this thing rolling. But yeah, the Ravens definitely have an issue. Derrick Henry, fumbleitis. I wish that I would have traded him in my Dynasty League last year, but I didn't. And I'm really kind of tired of seeing Derrick Henry fumble the ball when the Ravens need to hold on to it to take a lead. But alas, we got to talk about another team that's in trouble, because CJ Stroud junior year slump. Where do the Texans go from here? Well, I'll tell you. CJ Stroud threw 2 interceptions in the loss to the Jaguars. And I'll be honest, one of them for sure, super uncharacteristic. Like I don't know if he's pressing. I don't know if he feels like he's got the weight of the world falling on him and he doesn't have much help in Houston, but I don't know, man. Like, I love his talent. I love his ability. I don't see him doing enough to get them over the hump right now. He is a really good passer, but he doesn't have the he has the athleticism. He's just choosing not to use it for whatever reason to make plays out of the pocket. And I just don't know what is going on with CJ Stroud right now, but it doesn't look good. I know it's a new offense. They're obviously missing Tank Dell. Like, his presence being gone hurts. The Jaguars also are getting better. They're becoming a better coach team over time. Their receivers are dropping passes at a league high rate. I believe 32% of the passes that were incomplete were due to receiver drop. So Trevor Lawrence taking a step in the right direction with Liam Cohen. A lot of talking. It looks like the Jaguars are going to be the team that can compete with the Colts. And it doesn't look like the Texans will be able to do that. So when I go and I see Sketch, not this weekend, next weekend, with EA, I'm going to have to bring it up and talk to Sketch about his Houston Texans because right now they need some help. They need some help. But also I will say the Jaguars, just try to get Travis Hunter the ball more because you do see when the ball gets in his hands, he makes people miss. He's good in space. And he might just be one of those guys that takes a little bit longer to get ready. Like he has not. Whoa. It's a lot of talking, guys. Come on, I got water today. And just like that, we're back. But we are back. All right. Texans, I don't know, man. I think you're on the outside looking in and you're going to be looking for a real good draft pick this year. Yes, I will be getting some tea prior to the show next week. I will say I'm in a warehouse, maybe some dust floating around, who knows. But let's talk about prime Carson Wentz because I absolutely love this story. Carson Wentz and the Vikings go out and dominate the Bengals, 48-10. Also, shout out to Isaiah Rodgers scoring twice on defense. Carson Wentz gets it done. Can we get a 1 or a little poggers in chat for Kevin O'Connell, Coach of the Year? Kevin O'Connell consistently does it time and time again. And I'm just going to say maybe some of the Kevin O'Connell magic juice also rubbed off on Daniel Jones, who spent time with him last year. But when you have a coach like Kevin O'Connell who played the position at quarterback, for those of you that do not know, Kevin O'Connell played quarterback in the league, was a bounce around guy. He knows how the quarterbacks are seeing the game. And Kevin O'Connell was not like a freak of nature, athletic beast that like could just, cut some corners. He had to dial in and mentally master the game, which he's done. And now he's transferred over in his coaching career. But to be able to take Sam Darnold and resurrect his career. Daniel Jones, I'm going to say, resurrect his career. Carson Wentz, who's been chewed up, spit out, left for dead. Had the second best passing passer rating in his career with his first start with Kevin O'Connell. Also, yes, Kevin O'Connell, Super Bowl offensive coordinator with the Rams. Yes. Love it. Thank you for bringing that up. Justin Jefferson. Look, they have guys all over the field. I love that. What will Justin Jefferson do this week? I see chat. I don't know, man, because it's hard to say. Teams are just trying to take Justin Jefferson out of the game plan. They're going to double him. They're going to cloud him. They're going to do all of that. Ooh, I'm seeing you guys starting to talk about Jackson Dart. We can't even get over with the Carson Wentz saga before we got people talking about Dart. I do love that. We'll talk about Dart in a little bit. But I also want to say, let's just talk about it. The Vikings coaching staff, incredible. Absolutely incredible. They got Flores on the other side, right? Dialing it up. Vikings, one of the toughest defenses to play against in the league. Flores should have never been fired from the Dolphins or whatever the hell happened over there. But he is absolutely cooking. And you want to know what's awesome? When you have an offensive-minded head coach that sees the game from this view, and then you also have the defensive-minded former head coach seeing the game from this view, and then they're on the same team and they're talking ball, you've got an elite group of play callers on both sides that are able to elevate each other. Rising tides, elevate all ships. That is what's happening in Minnesota with the Vikings. Clip that, buddy. And I will also say, just when people, I will say myself included, were writing off the Vikings, no, man, their coaching has elevated them. They still have good players. They still have a great scheme on defense. They're still going to get it done on offense. And I'm not going to lie to you. Say what it is. The best thing that happened to the Vikings was J.J. McCarthy rolling his ankle to give him a little bit of time on the bench, to have Carson Wentz come step in and show him how it's done, a little bit more live action. And Wentz just took care of the football, didn't take bad sacks, got it out of his hands quickly. There is an element to being a veteran in the NFL that sometimes it just takes time, man. It just takes time. And Carson Wentz is the Vikings' best chance this season for them to go make a playoff run. And he can do it. He did it, 6 years ago with the Eagles? Carson Wentz could be the franchise guy in Minnesota for all I know. I wouldn't be shocked. And also, not to mention, Carson Wentz spent time with Patrick Mahomes. Like Carson Wentz was able to get it done off of talent alone early in his career. Had the injuries, this, that. And then he got to spend time with some of the brightest offensive minds and players in football. I mean, come on, man. Carson Wentz can get it done. The Vikings can get it done. And the Bengals, complete dumpster fire. The Bengals dumpster fire is bad. Their roster is so top heavy. I even pulled it up here. Listen to their roster. So NFL rosters cap space, what, like 279 million or so? Listen to the Bengals roster distribution. Coming in at number 1 in cap hit, who's now an injury reserve, Joe Burrow. $46 million of a cap space for this season. Joe Burrow on IR. It happens, okay? It happens. I will also say Joe Burrow probably looks a little bit different if he doesn't have these two guys that come in at cap space number 2 and 3. Actually, number 3 and 4 now. We'll get to the other guy. T. Higgins, $24 million cap number. Jamar Chase, $23.5 million cap hit. That is almost $50 million between those two. $50 million damn near for Burrow. That's almost $100 million in 3 players. Okay? And when one of them gets hurt, one of them is out. And I'm just sorry, when you have a quarterback that's either injury prone or not a dual threat guy, it is really tough to get it done when not everything is pretty. And I'm going to be honest, not everything's been pretty with the Bengals. Like, not often. And then you add in Trey Hendrickson, $25 million cap hit. If you're doing some math here, 42% of the cap in 4 players. One of them's on IR, the one with the biggest hit. That's bad ball, man. And I'm going to be honest, they don't like that drop off in talent from like to is not good. You guys have seen the memes. Joe Burrow, Penei Sewell, anybody throws the ball, anybody brick wall. Joe Burrow, anybody on his back. Jamar Chase down there, wide open, but he can't get him the ball. Like, that is real, dude. That is real. But let's talk about the next one. Let's talk about the Eagles comeback, because I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I picked the Rams pregame to win that game. They had that game in the bag. What killed them that game, speaking on the Rams, is not finishing the red zone. When you have an offensive head coach that settles for 3 field goals in the red zone, that's tough, dude. Like, look at the Lions. The Lions went the distance. The Lions went into Baltimore, and they constantly went for it on 4th down. And they constantly win games in close outings because they're willing to go for it, and occasionally they'll lose. But more often than not, they're getting their 4th down calls. They're running pitch, double sweeps, all that stuff to get a couple yards. Anything goes. And you've got some other teams around the league that just are not willing to go the distance, and they're getting complacent. Like, you can't go into Philadelphia and think that you're going to take 3 red zone field goals and get out of there and go home with a win. And that the Eagles are going to sleepwalk through an entire game. They sleepwalked through the first half, but they finally took the reins off of Jalen Hurts, let him take one-on-one shots to A.J. Brown, and the Eagles got it done. And one thing I love about Jalen Hurts is that Jalen Hurts is willing to do whatever it takes. If he needs to run it, if he needs to throw it, if he needs to read it out, if he needs to take his one-on-ones, like, Jalen Hurts can beat you a bunch of different ways, especially when he has the shackles off his wrist and his offensive coordinator lets him sling it around a little bit. I will also say the Eagles, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, field goal blocks, crazy, dude. Absolutely crazy. Shout out to the big man for the massive open up the gate. What is it, 19 miles an hour for a big dog? Crazy. Stuff we have not seen, man. Have not seen. And I also think sometimes those are the games that just kind of break through. And now maybe the Eagles won't tiptoe all the way through a full game. Maybe they'll just start hot and not try to ease it out. But also, I will say, Rams, fun stat here. The LA Rams are 9-3 in their last 12 games. Their 3 losses, the Eagles. The Eagles. That's crazy. Fact check, producer Roddy, if you will. But I believe him. That's nuts. Absolutely nuts. And I will say, like, Rams probably should have finished the game. Eagles probably should have started the game faster. Who the hell knows what's up? Who the hell knows what's up? But Jalen Hurts doesn't care. Also, I saw a lot of hate on social media for Jalen Hurts not celebrating when Jordan Davis blocked the kick and ran it all the way back. Like, he was just stone cold. I love that shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. People on social media think that I hate the Eagles. I just don't. I honestly, I'm gonna be very honest. There's a lot of really miserable Eagles fans that I don't like. I like how Jalen Hurts goes about his business, dude. Absolutely love it. He is who he is all the time. And one thing that I value out of people is that I value their consistency, and I value who they show up to be all the time. And that's why I really like Jalen Hurts. You got some other guys around the league and all different stuff that are rah-rah when things are good, are complaining when things are bad. I really like the consistency of Jalen Hurts, and he just finds ways to win. I'm seeing somebody say he's aura farming. He's aura farming the hell out of me because he got me. He absolutely got me. 100%. All right. Let's get on to the next one. One of my favorite quarterbacks to watch play right now. Give me Justin Herbert. Herbie fully loaded. And also, let's just talk about adding a piece to the puzzle that you just know should be there that you let walk for a season. Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen has completely changed the trajectory of what this Chargers team can look like this year. And one of the things I love the most, if you guys watch the breakdown that I did on YouTube, I did put it up on Twitter as well, but the full breakdown is on YouTube of Justin Herbert's film. Holy guys, I was watching this film, and just so you guys know, when I break down film, I don't watch it to see what I'm about to say and then rewind, let me go rewatch it and say what I'm about to say. I literally live react in real time to what I'm seeing. Not I don't have any preconceived notions when I pop on tape. And I kind of like it that way. I want to be able to let the tape talk to me. Feeling like I'm a little bit poetic right now. But when I popped on that tape and I saw Justin Herbert playing the 3D mental chess match that it was with the Broncos defense, holy guys. There was this one clip where he literally got up to the line of scrimmage, saw nickel double mug. They were bringing zero. Check, 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 check. He checked out of it, started communicating everything, moving guys around. Then he sees the defense check out of it. And then he real quick reload, and then snaps it. Third down, critical, I believe. He is an X factor. And if he had not reloaded back in that original play, they would have had him. Justin Herbert is playing at an incredible level. He's got a great grasp on the offense, and he's got his third down target. He's got McConkey, who's able to get it done as well. And not to mention Quentin Johnston. You got to give some flowers there, guys. I am seeing Quentin Johnston make contested catches over the middle of the field consistently. This might just be the year that the Chargers flip the AFC West. I will also say Bo Nix needs to get a lot better quick, because right now 14 of 25, 151 yards and a touchdown, fine. But right now PFF, worst graded quarterback in the league. Oh, it's tough to swallow that pill because I really love Bo Nix. I think he could be really good. But right now, not looking good. It's stinky. It is really stinky. And let's move on to talk about the Chicago Bears. But yes, I was talking about Justin Herbert, guys. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Love what he's doing. All right. There's no commercial breaks. There's no nothing. We're just vibing. Let's talk about the Bears. Ben Johnston coming out party. Caleb Williams. Absolute dog. 4 touchdowns. I will also say let's talk about the flea flicker they had. We'll probably make this one a little clippy-do for social media. When you look at the flea flicker that Caleb Williams hit, that ball that Swift threw back to him was in the air forever. And to be able to catch that, throw it flat-footed 62 yards in the air to Luther Burden, who we were high on coming out of the draft. We said it. We have the tweets. Luther Burden will be the Bears' Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he's starting to turn into that. Yeah, he's a rookie. He needs some time, but he's starting to earn that trust. He's getting busy on special teams. Luther Burden, I love it. And I will also say, Caleb Williams, 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, just incredible performance. And I think that if they can get in that world more often, again, they're not going to be playing the Cowboys defense every week. They're in the NFC North now. The Bears have a shot. They really have a shot. The Bears should theoretically be 2-1, but let's watch this. Caleb Williams, we're going to get a sift back toss. Look at how long this ball was in the air. Has to catch it, feels the leakage, flat foot, 62 yards in the air to Luther Burden, catches it in stride, picks his feet up, Tuggarooski. kind of fire. Look, Olamide Zaccheaus just always in the mix. UVA great, former teammate of mine, helped me break a lot of records in college. Man, watch this. Look at this play design. Slow play, presumably probably going to be cover 3, maybe some 3B, we'll see. But look at this. Slow plays, gets the corner out of there. Now he's just one-on-one on the safety on the pylon route. Too much space, too much time, great awareness to the sideline. You see guys run out of bounds when they catch it all the time. This was awesome. The patience to not be like, oh my God, I'm going to get it. Oh my God. What a play. Great angle, safe to the quarterback, friendly, hands catch, upfield. Luther Burden has arrived. I absolutely love it. Look at that throw, man. But we've got to get back to the rundown. We've got more ball to talk about. I'm going to be honest with you guys too tonight. I'm going to try not to talk too negatively about anybody. I feel like as the season goes, you've got to call out the negatives. You got to do that. Falcons, stinky. Super stinky offense. Smells like a baby's diaper. It's not good. I don't think Michael Penix Jr. is the problem. I'll leave it at that. But let's go get into the next one that I'm really excited to talk about. Let's talk about my week 3 power rankings. Post week 3 quarterback power rankings. Number 1's got to go to Josh Allen. He's been top dog for a while. 99 overall in Madden. Love what he's doing. Love how he wins. He can win any single way. And I think Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL right now. And this one might cause some controversy. But Justin Herbert climbs up to number 2. And this isn't so much as a negative on Lamar, because I still love Lamar. I still think Lamar is the best player in the NFL, but he's, as of right now, not playing his absolute best. He's close, but he's not playing the best. Justin Herbert has done everything possible to get this Chargers team to 3-0, and he is winning in the mental game. He's winning in the athleticism game, the arm talent game, all of it. Absolutely all of it. I love what I'm seeing out of Justin Hurts. And right now, my power rankings, I put him in number 2. And then when I want to talk about Lamar Jackson, okay? Lamar Jackson, number 3, and we're going to talk about everything weighted, this and that. If Derrick Henry doesn't fumble 2 times, the Ravens are 3-0. If Derrick Henry does not have 2 fourth quarter fumbles, the Ravens are 3-0. If the Ravens' offensive play calling wasn't so conservative and so ground and pound until they absolutely have to, the Ravens would be 3-0. I think if you pop Lamar Jackson into any other situation, Lamar Jackson would be a problem. But right now, I think he's restrained by the offense. I think that the Ravens in general, they are just hanging on by a thread. And the way that they're winning on offense, dude, like they're making a lot of contested catches. Like guys aren't being schemed open. Okay. They're not being schemed open like crazy. I don't love what I'm seeing on tape. And Lamar is still making it happen. Okay. Number 4, Patrick Mahomes. They may be 1 and 2, and everyone knows I'm a Chiefs hater. Clear as day. I'm not even really a Chiefs hater. I like Andy Reid. I like how Patrick Mahomes plays football. Don't like when he tries to step out of bounds and then truck people, but that's besides the point. I really do like how they operate on offense. I just think the Chiefs have gotten the benefit of the doubt for so long in the ref category, in a lot of that stuff, that we'll leave it at that. But you cannot hate on Patrick Mahomes' game. And if you go and watch the tape against the Giants, and that Giants defensive line is really good. Patrick Mahomes is the only reason why they've been in any game so far this season. He is literally it. He has put the team on his back, putting records aside, putting stats aside, putting all of that. Patrick Mahomes has given his team the best chance to win games, and that's why he's number 4, and he's also still one of the best to do it. Now give me Baker Mayfield at number 5, because Baker Mayfield, put him in a room with any of these guys, put him in a game against any of these guys, he is going to give his team a chance. Any way, shape, or form. And I will also say, guys, know that if guys are injured, they're not on my power ranking list, okay? They're not on my list. But I love what I'm seeing out of Baker Mayfield. Time and time again, he has been the critical focal point for that offense that has, regardless of who's healthy, who's not, who's in, who's playing well, whatever, he is the linchpin to that offense, and they go as he goes, and he is dogging right now. You got to give Baker Mayfield his flowers, and that's why they're number 5. That's why he is number 5 in my power rankings. Now, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts at 6. I could have put him at 5. I could not have put him at 4 because I also think Jalen Hurts, he gets it done. I'm not on like literally no shade at all. I like watching Jalen Hurts play when the handcuffs are off and they're actually letting him play ball, like the second half of the Rams game. I don't love the tush push. Still hate that. But Jalen Hurts, whatever situation he's in, I do see him consistently making the most of the opportunities that he's given. I will also say that when you watch that second half of the Rams game, when he was going and throwing the ball to A.J. Brown and how he was operating, he really has the pace of his throws down. He knows when to throw it firm, when to not throw it firm. Like he's become, like Jalen Hurts doesn't get enough respect as a passer, guys. I'm telling you right now, watch some of the nuance of the game if you guys are film watchers, and watch the tempo that he throws contested comebacks and contested stop routes to A.J. Brown. He does not throw it through his face. He throws it with just enough arc that it gets there firmly, but to where A.J. can control it with outstretched arms. That is a skill. That is a skill that I think Jalen Hurts is starting to master, and I really like it. And again, he can take over the game with his feet like he does. I like it. Do you mean Jalen Hurts at 6? What up?
Kurt.
Oh.
Can I play devil's advocate here?
Let's hear it. This is, guys, producer Roddy can hear. You guys can hear him. He is a super Eagles fan, so he's going to chime in on this.
I'm not saying much. I'm just saying that Baker Mayfield and Jalen Hurts do play each other this weekend.
I do like that. I do like that. So we're going to...
I know wins aren't a quarterback stat, but...
Wins are not a quarterback stat. I will say, when you're looking at this across the board, Baker Mayfield has a taller task this week than Jalen Hurts does. Jalen Hurts versus the Bucs defense, which has been kind of injured, pieced together a little bit. Traditionally a strong defense with a solid scheme. But Baker Mayfield versus the Eagles defense, it's tough, especially with that D-line. We'll see. Can Baker Mayfield do it? Never going to put it past him. I think Baker Mayfield will go into the Lions' den against anybody and be willing to go the distance. But I do not want to take shade or throw shade on Jalen Hurts at all. I really do like how he's been playing this year. And there's, no Mike Evans. We got that. It's kind of tough. But it's going to be interesting to see. I will also say, like, Jalen Hurts in a nutshell in general, there's always someone there to help him. Which is why, like, if you put Jalen Hurts in, let's say, Patrick Mahomes' situation on that offense with not a lot of talent, I still think he'd win them games, but he'd probably have the same outcome as Patrick Mahomes. I think if you put Patrick Mahomes on the Eagles offense, that offense might even be better. Probably is better. So that's, there's so many if thens, if that, whatever. So when I make these power rankings, I try to take as much in as possible. Are these guys elevating their teams? What do they look like? And go that route. But I also got to talk about Daniel Jones. I never thought that by the end of week 3, I'd be putting Daniel Jones in my power rankings for quarterbacks. Couldn't keep him out any longer, dude. Couldn't keep him out any longer, especially as some of these other quarterbacks that have been traditionally well are not playing well right now. Dak Prescott, not playing great, but not playing bad. Jordan Love didn't play great this past week. Like, these are ever-flowing power rankings. Daniel Jones, got to give him his flowers, man. After this week, he's playing like a top 10 quarterback. He goes into the Kevin O'Connell Vikings system, comes out on the other side, a revived man, and now he's in Indianapolis with the Colts. Dogging. Also, Jonathan Taylor helping lead the way. But what I love about Daniel Jones is that he is making the plays he's supposed to make, not trying to be a superhero, but he's still got some superhero in him when he needs it. That one scramble that he had was really nice. And I think that he's elevating them, and I wouldn't be shocked if the Colts just completely run away with the division. And then lastly, I was a little bit disappointed watching Matthew Stafford tape this week. And even live, you could see he was missing a few throws here and there. He had some easy routine completions in critical downs, especially on third downs, that he airmailed. And I was like, I don't know, man. I think his back's getting to him. But he did play well enough for them to win that game. And he has been playing stellar all year long. And I think if you have a top 8 and Matthew Stafford isn't in it, as long as he's not just completely shitting the bed, you're probably wrong. So give me Matthew Stafford at 8. But little water break here. We're going to talk to chat. And then we're going to get into our power rankings for the NFL. I'm seeing a little stat or a little quote here. They don't give the Vikings credit for helping out quarterbacks. It's a thing, man. Kevin O'Connell has... How many guys has Kevin O'Connell coached that have gone somewhere else and have played better or elevated where they're at? I also see no Goff. I know that people love Goff and his EPA and all that stuff. I don't think Goff is top 8 right now. I really don't think that he's top 8. I would take healthy Jaden Daniels over Jared Goff. I'm not even a Goff hater. I'm what in my mind is a Goff truther. And I think that if you put any one of these 8 quarterbacks in Jared Goff's situation, I do read YouTube chat, by the way, reading all chat. If you put any of these guys in Jared Goff's situation, that offense would be crazy. And they're still crazy. And at the end of the day, when you have 2 backed up drives that have to go 90 plus yards and your running backs are just dogging it in the run game and your line is doing what they're doing, it makes the pass game a lot easier. That's not to take away from the fact that Jared Goff did not make some nice passes in the game. The touchdown to Amon-Ra was sick. The 4th down to ice the game was sick. But I've also seen every one of these guys on this list make sick passes and bring another element to the game with a less stacked offense. That's my case for not having Jared Goff on my rankings. But let's get to the power rankings for week 3. Number 1, the Buffalo Bills. Absolutely still the top dogs. They almost lost that game week 1 against the Ravens, but they bounced back, have been rolling through since. But I will say, they haven't been handling business as much as I quite expect against some of the lesser talented teams like the Dolphins. So keep an eye on the Bills down the stretch. They might not be as dominant as we see them here. The Eagles at number 2. Could also put the Eagles at number 1. I think the Eagles, slightly better strength of schedule so far. I would say a little bit more compelling wins. Could easily interchange Bills and Eagles. But I like the Eagles at 2 right now. I still want to see a little bit more. Now give me the Chargers at number 3. The Chargers 3-0, really quality wins, especially this past week against the Broncos. I'm telling you guys, when you watch that film, if you watch my breakdown on Herbert, man, it's incredible. They navigated that game like crazy, and their defense has been balling out too. So we'll not say much more about that, but the Chargers, really awesome. Number 4 with the Rams. The Rams could have beat the Eagles. They had that game in the bag, could have been sitting at 3-0. I still think that's a really quality loss. I think the Rams could easily square up against any team underneath of them in this list and beat them. So that's why I like them there. I have the Bucs at 5. The Bucs, again, going the distance, finding ways to win. I trust Baker Mayfield to win more games than he doesn't. And I think right now the Bucs have shown that they can do it. They can win games in a bunch of different ways, and we'll find out more this week when they play against the Eagles. I also want to give a little shout out to the Colts. The Colts, even though a slightly easier schedule so far-ish, I think it's still a quality win against the Broncos, even though they could have lost that game with the weird leverage call that gave them a second kick. But the Colts are undefeated. They're playing good football. They're running the hell out of the ball, which I value in a power ranking. I think teams that can run the ball can win games more consistently. Their defense has been playing really well, and you got to show some love to the Colts. And then I will say the Packers. The Packers are still at 7. They should have beat the Browns. They blew it. Jordan Love threw a terrible interception. They missed the game-winning field goal, gave Flacco enough time to get them in a clock situation. Like, they blew that game. They still have a quality win over the Lions. They still handled business the next week. The Packers, that's just like one that they might have to take off the chin, and they're probably going to go handle business against the Cowboys this week. So watch them to stay around this range. The Lions, only losses to the Packers. I still like the Lions. I think that the Lions are one of the better teams in the NFL. I think that they, again, are going to be in this top 10. They're going to be fighting for that NFC North spot. I really like where they're at. The Ravens are the biggest what if in the NFL. They might lose this week to the Chiefs, then we won't see them on the top 10. But I still think the Ravens, they have a loss against the Bills. They have a loss against the Lions. Both teams that they had a lead on late in a game. But you don't get paid for what ifs in the NFL. You go home. And if the Ravens keep having all these what ifs, they'll just be a go home team with a middle of the pack draft pick and not do anything in the playoffs. So they got to figure it out. And then I want to throw a little shout out to the Commanders here, finding a way to get it done without their starting quarterback against a team that's been putting up okay points. Not bad, but I liked what I saw with the Commanders. I also do want to give a few other shout outs to some teams. I understand the 49ers are undefeated. I don't think the 49ers are going to beat the Commanders if they played. I don't love what I'm seeing out of the Niners. I don't think they're explosive. I don't love their offense. Their defense is hanging on by a thread. I think that there are teams that if you change up their schedule, let's look at it. 49ers schedule. Let's see the Niners have beaten. They beat, I'm not going to lie to you guys, it's pretty pathetic. They barely beat the Seahawks, which was fine. I think that's a quality win. I think the Seahawks are slightly slept on. Week 1, whatever, found a way. They barely beat the Saints. Barely beat the Saints. And then this past week against the Cardinals, they probably should have lost that game. They gave up a safety with 2 minutes left, found a way to get the ball back, get in the field goal range, whatever. They found a way to win, but Look at this schedule. You got Seahawks, Saints, Cardinals, Jaguars. They've got a cupcake schedule, and thankfully so, because they've got Brock Purdy and Kittle out for a while. But this is why the Niners are not on my list. Cupcake, Jaguars, maybe not a cupcake, but cupcake-ish. They might lose this week. Then you got the Rams, you got a game. Then you got the Bucks, you got a game. But then you got the Falcons. As of right now, certified cupcake. Yeah, the Seattle game was a fluke too, in my opinion. Then you got the Texans, cupcake. Giants, cupcake. Then you got the Rams again. Okay, cool. Cardinals, divisional opponent, but cupcakey. Then you got the Panthers, cupcake central. Browns, good defense, but cupcake. Titans, cupcake. Colts, third to last week of the season, should be a good game. Bears should be fine by then. Seahawks. Like, I'm just looking at this Niners team as like, they might be in the bakery, cupcaking their way to the playoffs, man. I don't want to hear Niners second string versus opponent's first string, because the Saints first string would be Eagles, Bills, third string, if not practice squad, for a lot of those guys. Not a lot of them, but you know what I'm talking about. So this is where we're at. I don't think that the Niners are built to last, and I'm not even salty about my exit from the Niners when I play with them, not at all. But I don't think the Niners are a top 10 football team in the NFL right now, at all. So let's get it. Let's move on. We've got our power rankings. They're going to change every single week. We've got more ball to talk about. Let's go grab some film. Now we've got some pre-selected film clips here. Let me go pull this up. Boop, boop, boop. We're going to watch some. All right, we're going to watch some Daniel Jones. So Daniel Jones, let me get a little intro here. We're going to clip this for the actual separate part of the video as a re-edit. Let me get Daniel Jones season stats. Quick little intro, do it all. All right. Daniel Jones is sitting at 816 passing yards through 3 weeks. He has 3 passing touchdowns, a rating of 111.7 with nearly a 72% completion percentage. Let's go dive into the film of this last week against the Titans and see how they got it done. I will also say big shout out to the run game, big shout out to their defense, but right now Daniel Jones is playing like a top 10 quarterback. Let's get to it. All right. Let's see here. Bam. Who likes a good film session? I sure do. Let's see it. Again, I have not watched this. So everything we're going to be doing right now is going to be live in real time, and we're going to go make it happen. All right. Get a motion across. Like them starting out of empty here. Stressing the flat. Got a little completion there. Maybe this backer pushes through. We got a guy coming through in the seam. What are we going to do? Take your little check down. Nope. He's going to get out of there. I'd call that a drop, but I think that's good ball placement. Oh, don't do this to me. Sometimes they do that on some of these videos. They don't show the video for whatever reason. Let's see it. All right. Back in empty. Look, another thing, I think teams aren't in empty enough for these quarterbacks, and they're especially not in empty enough with tight ends in a position where they can easily come down and chip. But what do I know? That's what I would do in Madden. All right, we got blitz off here. We know we got a scat protection, which is going to be a 5-man pass pro. But look, they slide to it. We got a popper, so we only have 4. We should have a pretty firm protection. What do we got here? Corner, what is that blitz? Who is that? Did he forget what he was doing? He ran around the hump. That is bad scheme. You can't blitz that late. But Daniel Jones, doesn't matter. He gets the ball out of his hands. Nice and easy, would beat the blitz. This is what I would call trying to do too much. Act like you're playing in man, then you're going to blitz. Like Daniel Jones sees it, realizes it's picked up, finds his completion. He knows he's got what he thinks to be 5-on-5s before the pop out. Let me get rid of the ball. See space, throw it to space. Nice. Get back on track. Now let's see. Cross midfield again. We're not going to be watching any of the run plays. None of the run plays, but we'll be able to get a decent flow of the game. Titans. All right, he comes down. Hey, bump out, bump out. Looks like man-to-man, looks like man-to-man, man-to-man. Who's on him? Probably him. See how these backers, I think that's probably I can't tell if that's a nickel or a back. I don't know their defense like that. See how these guys are at different levels? All of these guys. That tells you it's probably going to be man. And the back here being 4 to a side. This is heavy man indicator. Yep. Man. All right, let's see it. Daniel Jones. What do we got? A little patient, slow down. Oh, and the throwback. Oh my gosh, Daniel Jones. Look at this throw while getting smacked. Look at this throw. Thank you guys. Hey, I see everybody saying you guys love my content. Thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate that. I just love football. I love talking about football. I can't believe I get to do this post-playing for a living. It's pretty cool. Watch this play design. Full slide. Got a sealer down here. Gonna play action boot. Look at this route. Look at the patience on this route. Look at the eyes, the lean, and that boop. Got him. Daniel Jones, our leaker. He's leaking. Doesn't matter. Gonna deliver. Get hit on delivery. He doesn't know that he's not gonna get smacked. Look at the ball placement. Bam. Great spot. Learned that in the Kevin O'Connell School of Quarterback Play. Oh, did he just hit that on him? But watch this view. I love this, man. Daniel Jones has elevated as a quarterback this year. Little half roll. He should be sealing that. Misses his block. Great job by 49. This play almost gets blown up. But Daniel Jones, too much. What a dot. Nice play. Downs. And he hit the cam ward. Oh my gosh. It is a fire celebration. All right, here we go. Double right plus. Okay, we're going to motion across, get to a speed set. When we say speed set, we mean 3 receivers to the side, opposite the tight end. Speed on one side. Got a little flank set on the right. Getting zone indicators. Nobody went with him. See how these 3 are creating a little triangle right now over these 2? That's something to keep an eye on. But if he comes down into the space, that means we're going to get a kick here. And we're probably going to get cover 3. Let's just read it out. We don't always know what they're going to do pre-snap and post-snap. All right. Looks like we're getting cover 3. However, I'm going to say it looks like we got guys at different levels, guys that are attaching when they shouldn't. I have not seen this play. Wouldn't be shocked to see this here. But let's see. Nope. They attach, but then look at this window. On time and accurate. I cannot wait to watch this from the back. Pause. All right. Daniel Jones. 4 down rush. No real threat of pressure anywhere. We're good. Just a standard cover 3 look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First hitch. Slight slide. Ball out. Bang, dude. Like in a tight window. Daniel Jones is just playing clean, decisive football, man. And I'm going to be honest with you. That's what happens when you got a run game and when you have a defense that's worth anything. Also, seeing a question, what's my favorite Dime Lab football? It's the Phantom. The all-black Phantom at the dimelab.com, guys. I'm telling you. It's the same ball that Morgan Wallen was throwing on tour. I don't know, some of you guys may have seen me share that picture. He has a picture of it on his Instagram. And I think his manager or somebody bought the football, which is sick. And this is the football. But it's the Phantom football at thedimelab.com. All right. I wonder if Daniel Jones is going to get a rating update soon. Got to give him some love. He's standing and delivering, man. Let's see it. All right, now we got 2 high shell to start. Do you see these guys in their lean? This is telling me it's like cover 6-ish. Like this side looks more cover 2 and this side looks more quarters, but we'll see it play out post snap. There we go, cover 6. See this like trapezoid-ish? Quarters corner, half safety, flat. He's going to try to play in between until he has a flat threat. Let's see it. Daniel Jones. This is nice. He comes and attaches to the flat threat. I'd love to see the running back out here a little bit more, but look at this leverage on the safety. The safety didn't get enough width. And he freaking rips it, man. on a line low. Nice play. They overturned it, I see. Called it a catch, or they called it incomplete and then called it a catch. But look at this. Like, he's understanding velocity, how the ball needs to change, the flight path, the leverage, all of it. This is incredible. I love where he threw that ball, because if he threw that ball to the sideline, like, yeah, he could have potentially caught it, but I really like those low. I like when they throw those balls when you know there's no yak ops, so where the receiver can just make the catch. Just make the catch. Nice job. They overturned it. And I wish we had more time to watch more film tonight, but we're just going to watch Daniel Jones. Maybe one of these days I'll pop on stream and just go live and we'll just watch film for a few hours. If you guys would like that, definitely let me know and make sure you turn on noties, because I won't announce it. We'll just do it live. I'm kind of an off-the-cuff kind of person. All right, back into empty. Need some more water. There's a lot of talking, man. All right. We're in empty. We got a little trips bunch. This looks like my Madden empty package, man. I love this. Let's see what they do. Oh, we got blitz off the slide. This is tough. See, this is where they go wrong. I don't know what their protection is here. Typically, when you're in this, you're like 3 scat or 2 scat. But, yep, they're sliding this way. They're going to be hot off this guy. Even though they have 5 for 5, that's just how you beat the empty stuff, man. That's tough. I really, and from an offensive line perspective, like you would ask, well, why don't they just block the 4 down plus whoever comes? Well, it changes like the structure of how firm guys are. Like in Madden, when you go into your pass protection rules, I'm pretty sure you can do an empty protection, or like maybe it's based out of empty. I don't know which one it is, but one of them basically, it creates a soft set for the offensive line to where they go more vertical back. And that basically allows the D-line to push the pocket back a little bit more, but they'll pick up an edge blitzer when they don't know where the blitz is coming from. So there's pros and cons. However, the Colts are playing the odds here that they're not going to blitz from this side, so they're going to keep their slide on to have a firm side. And it also allows these man guys on this side to play more firm. And so that's part of the chess match that's being played right now. Look at where these O linemen go. So they're going to slide. He's got his, these 3 for these 2, and then they'll take any pressure off this side, but that leaves this side vulnerable. And this is firm, like that's a firm pocket right there. If they weren't blitzing him, they'd be in a good spot, but they're blitzing him. It was almost dangerous. Man, I'm gonna have to bring some tea in here. All right. This is where it gets good. He's up, 1 high safety, got 3 over here. You know you're going to have somebody leave the stack to cover these 3 or else they're busted. So what do teams like to do? They like to load up 2 to the backside. And what they're trying to get them to do, typically when they pre-align this way, is they're trying to get the quarterback to mic this guy, because that means that the line will work to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They'll work to those 5 when you mic him, and then the running back has him to anybody else. So when you pre-align like that, that is what they're trying to do. And when you do that, look at who they drop out, okay? So they're going to try to get him to mic him. This is a way that they can eat up your running back in protection while also getting an extra dropper out. We'll see, though. How do you combat that on offense? You cross-jet it. So you would have it be the running back's responsibilities on the right side, and the only time he would come back this way is if both of these guys come. So we'll see. Did both come? Yep. They come either way. The only other way to get out of that is if you get a preconceived notion that this guy's dropping and you risk it for the biscuit and full slide the line this way, where this guy attaches and then everybody else has man over, but in a gap. But if you're wrong and this guy comes, you're screwed. So when I was in Green Bay, LaFleur used to love getting the back out if you could, where when I was with Shanahan, just read it out and throw hot. don't try to change the protections. So there's just a million different ways to play the game. But hopefully that little bit of insight helped you guys. Also, if you want to learn more about just like basic structures and stuff, I would say this book, Think Like a Quarterback, my book on thedimelab.com, is a great place to start to learn like what the hell am I talking about? You can at least get the terminology down. You can learn coverages, strengths, weaknesses, learn about defensive fronts, offensive protections, all that good stuff. But yeah, we just got a restock of these, which is pretty nice. How quarterbacks read plays, all of it. But let's get back to the film breakdown. I do still sign them if you buy them from thedimelab.com. If you buy them from Amazon, the signing option is weird. I do still sign footballs. You just have to put it in the order notes. But they have to come directly from thedimelab.com. Everywhere else, I don't get the tag to sign. But yeah, I come in a couple days a week to the warehouse and sign things down or sign things up. All right, let's see what happens though. So we get a dropout on this side, which makes 4 guys to 1, leaves 1-on-1 in an island up here, and safety's not helping. Like, this is where you'd want to go with the ball, in my opinion. But look at Daniel Jones here. This is what we talked about, though. He didn't have to be a superhero most of the time. But he was able to do it because he didn't have to do it too often. And look at this run for a first down, man. This is incredible. Absolutely incredible. But yeah, man, I appreciate you guys so much asking about my company. Shout out to EA for making this happen, putting all this together. I absolutely love teaching football, and I love how this goes back to the game, especially this year in Madden. Being able to change all the protection rules and all that stuff. It's so, like, I love that. The protection rules add in with the stunts that you can do on defense. You can actually start playing the chess match up front. But again, look at how they're doing it. Running back's got his guy. Look at these guys twisting and stunting. This is the new stunts in Madden. He gets through because he's trying to help, can't help. He's getting free. But Daniel Jones, whoop. Oh my gosh. Look at him go, man. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. I love it. I've heard nothing but great things about Daniel Jones. I'm really glad he's finding success again. All right. 2, 3 to a side. Let's see what we got. Little Texas route by Jonathan Taylor. Oh, you had him. Oh, he dropped it. Did we get a little frantic in the pocket? Settle down now. Settle down now. Dope show tonight. You should drop some dump trucks. I'm not in charge of the dump trucks, big dog, but I do appreciate EA for making sure everybody gets their drops. Look at this play. You guys know I love Texas routes. I get memed about it on social media, on Twitter, but these Texas routes are for real. Just a little bit too off the spot, a little too low. That's a hard catch for a running back. He also threw it really hard. I don't know. Also, if you guys on Twitch, I know you see all of the like stream element stuff. All of that is kind of everything I do all week long. If you guys want to get more availability to me, you guys can check out all those things that Streamlabs or Stream Elements are calling out. Ooh, tight end screen, Tyler Warren. Oh my gosh. I love Tyler Warren. I love watching him play. I got to meet him. I got to meet Tyler Warren at the rookie premiere when I went with EA, and we got a cool interview with him. Dude's just big country that loves ball. Like, loves ball. Just a Penn State guy. All right. Ooh, a little RPO maybe? Danny got dipped on. My gosh. Also, guys, I believe we're going to have a massive playbook update of my playbook in 2 weeks or so. So be ready for that. We will have so many new plays being added to the playbook to build on the base core of what we are doing. All right. All right, little Ralph slide, nice and easy. Like, they're really, guys, like, Daniel Jones so far in this game has just had to make a few big plays, like a few critical plays. But the Colts aren't asking him to do a whole lot, and I think that's why he's thriving. It's really nice to see, like, he's just operating within the system. Oh, nice play. See, now he can go make a play. When he doesn't have to make, like, 10 plays a game, he can go get you those, man. It's when you're playing for the Giants and you got to make 20 plays a game to keep your team in the game because there's no easy ones. Hey, I appreciate all you guys that support me all across the board. I hope you guys enjoy the content. I hope you guys are learning a ton. And I really just hope this all allows you to enjoy football and Madden at a deeper level. Like, yes, you can watch football from a perspective that's just like hoping guys have big plays. Yes, you can play Madden just dropping back, closing your eyes and trying to throw deep. Or you can like try to notice the chess match. Try to have your own chess match when you're playing Madden. Like use these schemes and the protections and the stunts and the mixing of the coverages to try to play that chess match, man. Like that's what I love about football so much. Every game is so different. Ooh, Daniel Jones. I could tell when we're going to watch this in the back of you. You can tell the quarterback is about to throw some sketchy shit when he holds on to it. Watch this. If something's telling you no, when you go to rip that ball, just listen to it. Just listen to it. Don't succumb to the, I got to throw this. You see that little double pat? Right there. Oop. To the reset. And then, I'm just going to throw it harder because the coverage is getting tighter. Ooh. Was that a... Oh my God, we got a takedown on aisle one. Yeah. But like when you feel like, maybe if I throw a little bit harder, we'll get it there because coverage is tight. It's probably not a good sign. Probably not a good sign. And guys, I will say, I see a lot of people talking about quarterbacks staring down their first read. And like, I'm going to be honest, guys, that is such a myth because like the only time you're actually looking off coverage is if there's like two chances. One, you have a go ball on the outside or something that you're trying to not let the safety get involved. So you're going to drop back and keep your shoulder tight and like eyes down the middle-ish. And then you're going to open up to it late. Like that's one you don't want to stare down. Maybe you're going to try to like keep your closed shoulders and like try to bring somebody up on a hook and throw behind them in like a dig that's behind it. Like you don't want to stare at it. Like you're trying to like pull them to a spot. Or maybe there's a flat route with something behind it and you're trying to like close your shoulders off and stare down the flat routes. Somebody jumps and you rip it over the top. Like those are the only few situations where like dude's staring his guy down. Like maybe like sometimes guys look at the guy they really want and they stare it down, but everything else, like quarterbacks need to get their eyes where their reads are. And so, yeah, like if the first guy is his first read, he's got to get his eyes there like early. Like it's like, sometimes if they're playing man and you know your man's going to or should win because it's a route that he should win on and he has leverage, you're going to stick on it a little bit longer. Where if it's zone, you will change how you operate a little bit. And so it's just like, I don't like when people throw around like how he's just staring down his receivers. Like it's not really what's happening. There's like a lot of context to be had in that. All right. Motion down. Look, eyes down the middle of the field. Where are we at? He's looking one. Probably going to get here maybe. We'll see. 1 to 2 to find his check down. Oh, he finds and scrambles. Nice breakup. Love to see Downs come back to the ball a little bit more. How many more do we got here? I don't know. Where are we at? Hold on. We're only second quarter. Good God, how many times did I throw this ball? There's only 3 more. This game's 17-6. I guess he didn't play the full game or he didn't do a whole lot more. But you can see like this Daniel Jones film, like he didn't really do anything crazy. He's just operating the offense, kind of like Carson Wentz. Look at the timing there. This is, guys, young receivers, watch this rep. Understand spacing, understanding awareness. You know, because you're going in motion and nobody goes with you. You know it's 95% chance it's going to be zone. They bump out with you. Cool. They're playing zone. Also, look at the difference of these three, the levels that they're at. This guy, again, I did not see the coverage. I wasn't looking at the coverage. Like this is a big time. Maybe they're going to get into Tampa 2 here. He's so much deeper because he's got a middle run through responsibility on a vertical tight end or a vertical here. But that's just something to like take note of. Also notice the tilt slightly, just slight tilt. Just keep all these things in your mind. Here we go. Deeper. I think that's bad. But look at the timing. Ball's already coming out. He sees color in front of color attached. Look at Pittman's awareness here. To not run through, like he's not running the route like it's drawn up. He's running it with tempo to not cover himself up. A lot of guys will fly through here because the route says an in. Well, this is an in versus zone when there's color in front of color. So he's going to sit in the zone. And he's going to drop step and get vertical. That's how you take a 5-yard completion into a first down. It's like, that's awesome. And it's so nice to have as a quarterback. I like that. Thoughts on Bryce Underwood, man? He showed some poise. A lot of poise. Zach Robinson. I don't know Zach Robinson at all. All I know is that offense looks terrible. Like I've nothing. I don't like anything about that offense. Look at this, man. Look at this. So this is the concept I was talking about. When you have a little hook route, try to pull coverage underneath and wrap behind it. Look at Daniel Jones. Look at where his eyes are. His eyes are on the space. Like, you're reading your key defender here. This is your key defender. It's this guy to this guy. My coach, Greg Knapp, rest in peace, used to say first narrow vision and then first wide vision or something like that. What he was trying to say is you have your first key and then your second guy that can mess it up. These are your two guys you're concerned with on this play. This guy is irrelevant with his spacing. And look at the timing of this. Money. We'll watch this from the back. This is a good one to learn from. I encourage you guys this week as you go to play some Madden, try to play it through this lens. Try to play it through the protections world. Try to play it through the reading coverages, senior key defenders. Like, if I'm Daniel Jones right here, what am I doing? My eyes are on him 100% of the way. I got a widen hook with a wrap in front of it, knowing that I can't just fully stare there. I got to have my first step at least somewhat eyes here so this guy doesn't just run through. But also, this guy's got 3 to a side. He's got running back 2 receivers, so like he should stay over here. Let's keep that in mind. His eyes go here because there's 3 to his side. Daniel Jones straight down the middle of the field still on the first step. Now he gets it over. He's reading it out. Where are his eyes? His eyes are on the defender. He's not staring it down. He's seeing the space he's got to throw to. Ball's out. Bomb timing. Like, it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. Also, yeah, shout out, dude. Jackson Dart, cannot wait to see what he does against the Chargers. It's going to be a tough task. It's going to be tough, but I think Jackson Dart has some stuff to him. All right, Daniel Jones. This is a throwaway play. This is a situational throwaway. I'm assuming they are 2-minute drill. Yeah, 14 seconds. Great situational awareness. How many times do we see guys with no timeouts left throw this as a completion? He's tackled in bounds and then the clock's running. He knows that the guy's driving. Time's your friend. Got a field goal in the bag. Like, Daniel Jones, man. How much more did he play in this game? Did he throw one more pass? Is that a fact? Where we're at? We're here. 1, 2. We got like 6 more passes. Come out in the second half. Try to build on the lead. They've pretty much been able to do whatever they want all game. Great pocket. Great window. Check it down. Don't force anything. They've got 1, 2, 3 to cover one. 1, 2, 3, 4 to cover here. Like, this guy's in between both. Check it down. Check it down. Get your 5 yards. Move on to the next play. Playing on schedule. This changed the game for me, guys. This changed the game for me. First down, what is your goal? Like, if you break every down into a goal. First down, you want to get 4 yards. Second down, you want to get half of it. Third down, convert. That's the game of football. Keep it simple. Be situationally aware. Try not to take sacks that you can do something about. If you can't do anything about it, protect the football. Take the sack. Like, man, I wish that I like had these little cues when I was younger playing, because it just like, I was just out there balling, dude. I was out there just trying to sling it around, make plays, trying to rip tight throws. Like, it took me until a long time to realize on first down you need 4 yards, second down you need half of it, third down you need to convert. It's that easy. And you see quarterbacks play at a high level doing that all the time, and then when the big plays present themselves, they take advantage of them, but they're not really hunting them up. Play action boot. Got your crosser. Money. Nice job. Easy peasy in the window. Went from 1 to 2. Accurate throw. Shifts and motions, remiking, changing the protection, some mental gymnastics. We got trips left bunch, minus. Little screen. Oh my gosh. Jump Taylor. Dog. Thoughts on the Ravens game last night? You missed it from a little bit earlier, but man, the Ravens just getting out coached, and then Derrick Henry's got to protect the football. Like you've got to protect the football. Also, to have zero creativity from the 1 yard line. I'm also going to say it. I saw the runs that Derrick Henry had at the 1 yard line. It looked like he was tiptoeing. I'm a Derrick Henry fan. He didn't have a great game. He had one run for a touchdown that I could have ran through. I could have got my career yards back to positive, but he didn't have a great game last night. I thought he was tiptoeing all over the field. Look at this, man. Daniel Jones just decisive and Pittman getting in the box. Let's watch this from the back view. Watch this. 4 down rush. Let's see what this is your guy right here. This is your guy. Again, eyes down the middle. You don't want him to lurk for the first step. Get him over, see the space. Look at this. Look at when he pulls the cord. This is so pretty. Daniel Jones just ripping it, man. Absolutely ripping it. Just needed to get him out of New York, man. Just needed to get him out of New York. But guys, that's going to be a wrap for tonight. I love this show so much. I'm so thankful you guys show up every single Tuesday. Just so you guys know, we will be doing this every single Tuesday night, same time, same place, 7:30 Eastern. Running it back. We'll be watching film. We'll be talking ball. We'll be giving a recap of the week. Sometimes we'll be bringing in some Madden stuff into the mix, depending on what we got going on programming wise. But man, I love it. So thankful you guys were here tonight. If you guys do not mind, be sure to follow before you leave. You guys can support me in a bunch of different ways. You can go to thedimelab.com, pick out some stuff you want to buy, support the kid, support the business that's growing. It's really cool. Bootstrapped it from day one. We're getting into retail in about a week. We also have some of the partnership stuff you guys can check out on the stream elements. You see the chat rolling. Got my picks. Got everything I like to do throughout the week. Someone said chill, stay live. What are we looking at? How far are we off, guys? We've been live for quite some time. But you guys can get more packs next week. 7:30 Eastern, same time, same place.